supporter of New Church Live today.
Good morning, friends. Pastor Chuck Blair here with 10 Minutes Morning Calm. Wonderful to have you joining us. And we know we have people joining us from warm climates as well as climates expecting snow like we are here in the Northeast. So wherever you're joining us from, wonderful to have you here today. And today we're looking at part of human life, our proclivity to what Emanuel Swedenborg calls the pleasures of insanity, which means that there's just crazy stuff we do. And you could use a different word than stuff, but there's just crazy stuff we do, crazy stuff that goes off in our head, crazy thoughts. And the trick is to know we do have the crazy thoughts. The trick is to not find pleasure in them. And I love the phrase. I was talking with somebody pastorally a couple days ago, and I love the phrase entertain. Like, we entertain those thoughts, and literally, like, there's a pleasure in that entertainment. Not real great. So we're going to look at one real specifically, one particular pleasure of insanity that maybe we can sort of pull out a little bit today and maybe not do it for the day. We shall see. So the line here we're looking at, this is from the book Secrets of Heaven, 2349. And what it's talking about is when we kind of get our life off the rails. What is it like when we get our life off the rails? The first phase of people in the church who oppose neighborly kindness and therefore oppose the Lord. That's what we're talking about here. And then it goes on to cite this very well-known biblical passage, and this is about John. The light came into the world, but people loved the dark more than the light. And I want to really look at that part, friends, about people liking the dark more than the light. And again, it's so easy. It's easy for me. I'm sure it's easy for you to when you hear something like that, to instantly think like, oh yeah, they're the ones who really like the dark. But the fact is we all do. The fact is there's part of every single one of us watching here who, you have some little dark recess of your soul where you actually find some pleasure in going to that little dark spot. And not healthy and not good, and important for us to, again, continue to shine a light on that. That's the way you get rid of darkness. And what I want to talk about today is gossip. I mean, because it's interesting, right? How incredibly appealing gossip is. It is incredibly appealing to when somebody's kind of their life's a little off the rails, or they've made some poor decisions, or you happen to have an opinion about them that you want to share with other people, but you don't want to share it as a way to help them. You just want to share it because it creates more drama. And then that dark little recess. And here's the part, right, that we need to be honest about it. That can be incredibly pleasurable. It can actually make us incredibly happy. And it's kind of this wackadoodle part. And I notice it especially if I'm in situations where it's socially awkward and what am I supposed to talk about here? Well, the easiest thing to talk about is other people and gossip. And that's a very quick way to hop right into it. And boy, do we need to avoid that. And we need to take a step back from that, because that actually, as the phrase says, that actually is something that opposes neighborly concept and therefore opposes the Lord. It's we just, in terms of neighborly kindness, we just don't know. I mean, again and again, I feel like this is one of those, we have to learn it a million times. And then after we've learned it a million, then we got to learn it a million more, is we just don't know. We just don't know. We just don't know what other people are going through. And maybe there's some drama there and we want to kind of get in a conversation around their drama off on the side. But the fact is, friends, is that their lives, very little, well, what would I say? I would say I don't know of anything or any time, and you can text me if you can figure out one, anything or any time where gossip actually led to a solution to a problem. I've never seen a book with a self-help book with 5 steps to a better you, and step number 3 is gossip more. We all know that. But there's that part of us that loves the darkness. So what do? We go that direction, and we're constantly asked to do something different. So the takeaway for the day is pretty, and I'm going to say this very, very much in cheek. The takeaway for today is pretty straightforward. Keep your trap shut. Don't gossip, at least for a day. Try it. Try it. And if there is something you need to talk, some of our jobs, right, or where we're talking about somebody, we may have a job evaluation we got to talk about with another supervisor about a person, blah, blah, blah. But just make sure if you are talking about someone, simple rule of thumb, don't say anything behind closed doors that you would not say if they were sitting right in front of you. Just that simple. And that kind of true serum can keep us on the straight and narrow, maybe at least for the afternoon. Let's give that a whirl, friends. So that's the thought for today on 10 Minutes of Calm. And what we're going to do now, as we always do, we're going to shift gears. And for those of you who are joining us for the first time, shifting gears here at New Church Live means we come in for a soft landing. We use an Old Testament passage to do a little meditation on, followed by the Lord's Prayer, followed by a little blessing, and then we'll say hi to folks on social media who are tuning in and who want to leave a comment on Facebook. Again, many people leave comments, days, weeks, months, sometimes even years later. That is fine as well. It's also always wonderful to hear from you folks. So with that, dear friends, let's get a big breath. Meditation from the Old Testament. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I. Be still and know that. Be still and know. Be still. Be. Our Father, who art in the heavens, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, as in heaven, so upon the earth. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we also forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you, bring you peace, and bring you home. Amen. All right, dear friends, let's do a little quick check here, see if anybody has left any comments, and I hope you are all doing okay with the pending storm on its way. All right, let us see here. Let's see if it did. We may have had another technical glitch there, friends. Let us see. We did have another technical glitch. So my apologies, friends. So I will get Marcus to put this up on our Facebook pages. My apologies for that. And just wishing you all the best. Take care. Bye-bye.